Hey guys, looks like it's beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by, I do appreciate it. Today's beer, we're going to do another Hot Butcher for the World beer. This is Your Wish is Granted. And this is a double IPA, and it's a Citra and Nelson Sauvin hop double IPA. Citra hops, very citrusy. Nelson Sauvin, might a little bit of white grapes or something in there. 7.5% alcohol by volume, a big 16-ounce can with a heat shrunk label on it. And on the bottom it says it was packaged on 07/14 of 20. So it's a couple days shy of a month old. Still should be very fresh and very tasty. Thanks to Jeremiah at Hot Butcher for the World. They've been sending me beer mail packages for a while now, and they sent me a big beer mail package this time. And I explained on yesterday's beer review what happened on the last package that I didn't get from him because the gorillas at FedEx damaged the package. Evidently it was leaking, and they sent it back to him. They didn't deliver it. So it happens, man. Especially when you got gorillas handling your packages and throwing them around like they're luggage. Anyway, he was gracious enough to resend the package to me, and I do appreciate it, Jeremiah. Thanks a bunch, sir. This is, like I think I told you, 7.5%. Yeah, alcohol by volume. Beer Advocate has it listed as 8%. And then even the picture, so evidently they've done this one before, and maybe it had an 8% on the previous version. This one is 7. Seems like that's a lot of their beers have that ABV, 7.5%. So I don't know if that's what they're shooting for, or if it just happens to work out that way. And these guys are up near Chicago and Illinois, guys. They make some outstanding world-class beers. They do, especially if you're a hophead and you're like a New England style beer or a very hop forward beer. They produce quite a few of those. And the commercial description on Untappd is exactly the same thing. It's written on the bottom of the label there, guys. Citra Nelson Sauvin Hop Double IPA. So, with that being said, we've got the date, we've got the ABV, we got the glass, we got the beer. Let's put them together. Doesn't seem to be too cloudy coming out, so this one doesn't look like a New England style beer. Maybe some settling has gone on in here, so let me do the little swirly swirl here. And that's going to increase the head factor tremendously. And it did. Alright guys, this one doesn't look like a New England style beer to me. About 2 fingers of head on that pour. Very nice orange amber color. Kind of cloudy up here, but I can see light through the thin parts. So I would not consider this a New England style beer. It is still a good looking beer with a nice frothy head on it. What do you think? Very nice. To the nose we go. Oh yeah, got some big hop dankness on there. Nice and citrusy. I'm not getting the white grapes from the Nelson Sauvin hops on the nose, but it's cold right out of the fridge. I might get it on the taste, and it might come shining through when we get to the back end once it warms up. But it does have a nice heavy dankness to it, and very citrusy. So let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Jeremiah, and everyone at Hot Butcher for the World. You guys rock. Cheers. A little bit stronger bitterness IBUs on this one. Very citrusy. I am getting a little bit of the white grapes from the Nelson Sauvin hops. Very pleasant. A little bit of pine. Very pleasant. Maybe even some peaches or something in there. Very pleasant smelling beer. They've definitely hopped it up. For not to be an orange juice looking New England style beer, it's very hoppy. Very tasty beer. Let's see if I can get this back in pour in and see if it changes the appearance any. I don't think it's going to. This looks more like a West Coast style beer to me, guys. They do some very colorful artwork on their labels. Very nice. Whereas Treehouse makes some excellent world-class beers, but they're kind of plain Jane on their labels, in my humble, honest opinion. But anyway, I'm not too concerned about what the label looks like, but that is part of selling beer, especially if it's distributed and goes out to the beer stores and stuff. If you're going to the brewery, it really doesn't matter. I mean, you're there for a reason. You know they make good beers. That's why you're there. But sitting on the shelf, sometimes the Treehouse beer is a little plain Jane, and they're not sitting on the shelf anywhere because you have to go to the brewery to get those beers. So I don't guess they're too concerned on making a bunch of fancy artwork when you happen to come there to get them. But anyway, let's sip on this. It's right out of the fridge, and we'll come back and give it a grade. Hello, guys. I'm back. Nice slicing of stuff on the glass. A very tasty West Coast style beer. A little different than their typical New England style beers. This is pretty tasty. Enjoyed it. Nice dankness, nice citrusy notes. A little bit of the white grapes from the Nelson Sauvin hops. Very pleasant. Does have a very pronounced hop presence, even though it's not a New England style beer. Very impressive West Coast style. I am getting the grapes now that it's definitely warmed up to room temperature. Very pleasant beer. Alcohol is very well hidden for 7.5%. Very enjoyable beer. I would buy this beer if I could get it here, guys. As is most of the beers that they produce, I would buy them. They're all very well done. Final chug. Very, very tasty West Coast style beer. Very, very nice beer. It's an A beer to me, guys. And again, just like yesterday's beer, gets a 95 for me. Solid A. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 91. I think it's a tad better than that. It's not claiming to be a New England style. Doesn't look like it. Very impressive West Coast style. Not quite as orange juice looking, cloudy, hazy as a lot of the stuff that they produce. So it depends. If you don't like that cloudy, hazy stuff, this will be a good one to try. So over to Untapped, they have it at 4.03. That's in their A- scale. I think it's a tad better than that. What I've drank in the glass, date on the bottom. It's not claiming to be anything other than what it is. It is a very nice West Coast style. So if you've had this one from Hot Butcher for the World, your wish is granted. Very impressive West Coast style beer. Nice. I think it's a little over the top as far as West Coast style hop presence and taste. So they've definitely hopped it up. So I enjoyed it. Thanks again to Jeremiah, and everybody that butchered for the world. Thanks a bunch. You guys kicking the door down, boys. Alright guys, if you've had your wishes granted from Hot Butcher, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.